As part of activities to mark the 2015 Public Service Day, the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation organized a public lecture with theme The Role of Public Service in Women Empowerment, Innovation and Accessible Service Delivery, the Nigerian Experience. The guest speaker, Professor Olabisi Aina, from the Department of Sociology and Anthropology, Obafemi Awolowo University, extensively discussed the theme of the lecture, focusing on gender equality and women empowerment in the civil service.
For us in the public service to be concerned about gender inequalities, it's also because we see, even though there are women in this hall, but when you look at the aggregate of such women and you compare with over 170 million Nigerians, you see a drop in the ocean. So it's about the management of material and our immaterial world. It's about a lot of harmful traditional practices that we see at the grassroots. We know that when we invest in our women and our girls, we are likely to move from low productivity to high level of productivity. We are likely to speed up economic growth.
Professor Olabisi also noted that services provided at the civil service should create equal opportunities for all, irrespective of their status.
We need to be able to use the service that we provide to provide equal opportunity to men, women, boys and girls, rich and poor, old and young. And I changed the motto of UNDP that says that a nation that is not engendered is endangered. For me this morning, I will say a public service that is not engendered is endangered.
Some of the discussants also shed light on the event.
Empowerment requires that we give great attention to the training, to the growth of all Nigerians, men and women of whatever ages.
The effectiveness of the public service in delivering public goods in the form of services is contingent on its ability to adequately harness the abundance of capacities and talents within all segments of its workforce for the promotion of the common good. And therefore, the drive, the enterprise, the energy, the creativity of its female workforce, which constitutes a critical sector of its manpower, are potent factors which the public service cannot afford to ignore.
Meanwhile, the head of service of the Federation, Mr. Danladi Kifasi, in an interview with newsmen after the interactive session with civil servants, called for new innovation and initiatives that will reposition the service.
You know, we have several challenges facing any Nigerian now. But the ability to think through critically, to solve problems that you're not usually accustomed to, is what we mean by critical thinking. You acquire knowledge through experience. And so if you find yourself in a similar position, you have an idea of what to do. But in a situation where you face new situations that you never faced before, a critical thinking mind will look at it and provide solutions. And that is what the youth of America are doing, delivering and developing and inventing and innovating new ways of doing things. We want our officers to do the same. We want our children to do the same.
Chairman of the Civil Service Commission, Deaconess John Ayo, emphasized the need to bring back the values needed in the civil service that will enhance productivity.
The new things are the fact that we want to reenact all the core values that we have lost. What is happening in the service has to do with the attitude. We have lost our core values, and that's why people are undisciplined, that's why they are not patriotic. When we regain those core values, then you will see the new civil service. Because when I was in the service, the core values guided us, and we were brand new every day. So what has made the difference is the attitude. Attitude to work, attitude to the citizens, attitude to the government, attitude to the society.
Some of the permanent secretaries that participated in the interactive session spoke on what is expected of them at their various ministries.
All policies relating to the Niger Delta, we work on it in my ministry and to ensure that it filters down to the people.
It is all about regaining our core values, to be able to have our attitude retooled towards nation building. Because looking at the system, what we see is undue impunity here and there, instances of unsatisfactory conduct, and that is what we want to exorcise from the system.
Ibironke Ibitolu, ITV News, Abuja.